Hey there, Ultizeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokémon Crystal version. In the last episode, we got here to the middle of Route 32, or whatever the hell route number it is. We were in the middle of a place to find a new place to go, because we want to get to the next town somewhere along the way. So we have a lot of boardwalks to go walking on, and stuff, and trainers to fight, like Fisher Ralph here. He has a Goldeen, very pink. So, I see it and I'm like, oh hey, I'm going to use Vine Whip, but it's like, oh, nope, sorry, surprise, it has a flying type move, and so it murders me. I was upset, but you get what you get, and I guess you don't get upset. I mean, that's how the race goes, but I don't think I was adhering to it in the time being. And here is an example of me using Rage improperly, because I'm just trying to... Well, I'm waiting before to get hit, not really understanding how it worked yet, so I'm just like, I want to use Rage, I'm raging, but I'm not getting hit, so it's not doing enough damage, and so I'm just like, this isn't working out. It's not dealing as much damage as I need it to. Oh well. So I heal up, because what else is gonna happen? I don't want to die. Enemy Goldeen used Tail Whip. I feel like that should actually, be a damaging move. I mean, you're getting hit with a tail. And now I'm getting pecked. It's like I was getting a peck on the cheek. Does that count as pleasuring yourself with a fish? Probably. But not in the ways that you normally expect it. Anyways. We have defeated Fisherman Ralph. Isn't that the name of one of the kids from, like, Magic School Bus? I feel like it was. Either way, that was a more challenging battle than I was expecting at the time, so after I grabbed this item up here, I don't exactly go heal up, but I probably should have. Anyways, hey look, it's an Ekans! I wasn't expecting an Ekans, but that would be cool to have, because I like Ekans. He's a snake, and snakes are cool, so I'm like... maybe I'm gonna try and catch this Ekans. I did use an Ekans in my Soul Silver playthrough, personal playthrough, in like 2014-ish. So I'm not really going to be keeping them around for too long, because I don't really want to repeat myself too much, even though you guys didn't see the trust me, it's repetitive, whatever the word is. So yeah. I named him Keel because back, one of my favorite book series as a kid was The Guardians of Gahul. It's a book about owls, but there's also snakes in it, and they come from a place, and that place is called Keel, so I'm like, sure. That has nothing to do with this Ekans. This Ekans I ended up just naming Desmond because I felt like it, and that's his name. So, eventually it'll get filled out as I decide what to name him. But, yeah, it's just me telling the story. Nothing wrong with that, especially since it's relevant because of Pokemon and Ekans and names and stuff. Man, I took a really long time to come up with this name. The joys of post-commentary. I know what's about to happen. Desmond. And... I should probably say, I'm only expecting to do post-commentary up until approximately episode 8, because looking at my Sony Vegas file, which has all the different episodes, like I said, I have 16 recorded episodes already. But I only edited the first 5 episodes before I got tired of working around the audio issues, and I was like, I kinda don't want to do this anymore right now, I'm just gonna move on. And then I did other Let's Plays like Hollow Knight. This Let's Play was supposed to be after Kirby Squeak Squad. I should probably mention that. But it wasn't, so yeah. I should say, like, in my Sony Vegas file, it looks like the only audio files that were massively affected by my Audacity problems were up until about episode 8. And then around midway through episode 8, I think I found the solution to fixing the problems for the time being, which will be about when I go back to just using the initial commentary, I think. So, you're only going to stick with me knowing everything for a little bit longer, so enjoy it while it lasts. It's not going to be often. Anyways, how would you like to have this tasty, nutritious Slowpoke tail? For you, just right now, $1 million. You don't want it? Then scram! He's a very nice and successful business person. I don't think he really quite understands economics. You need a great demand. There isn't any. So, no one's gonna buy your thing. You just wasted a Slowpoke. Good job. Anyways, here I put Desmond out in front because he needs some levels. He's only level 4. He needs to be a big, strong snake before he starts coiling around everybody and suffocating them. I'm Frida of Friday. Nice to meet you. Here's a poison barb for you. So, that's a cool thing. Hold items were not actually in Pokemon Red, Blue, Green, Yellow. I don't think they were, at least. You could give an item to a Pokemon, I'm pretty certain, but I don't think they were in Gen 1. I didn't actually look it up, because I'm smart and studious, and I care a lot. But stuff like this are they're just neat because you can give Pokemon an item that will increase their moves, and that's useful. So I give the poison one to Kelly and the grass one to Farron. Yay. That badge is from Violet City. You beat Faulkner? Because this guy is a bird keeper, and he's a Faulkner fanboy, so he is very upset that we crushed his heroes. We have crushed his dreams. I am sorry, Peter. You are dead. Forever. Anyways, Pidgey! I forgot that, these birds are, when they're this low level, they don't have flying type moves, so I just sent out Sokka for the first one, then I'm like, oh yeah, they only tackle. I can probably send out Kelly or Farron next time. So I just murdered this innocent bird. Well, not quite murder, I guess. I'll be getting Sokka to about level 14-ish soon. Which is something else that I brought up in the original commentary, was I find it weird how soon the starter Pokemon evolves. They evolve in level 14 to 16-ish usually. Around there. Sometimes a little bit later, level 18. Sometimes a little earlier, level 12. I don't really know it all off the top of my head, but it is interesting that the starter evolves so relatively soon, but then, you have to get it to, high level 30s in order to get it to evolve again. I feel like it's just a wee bit imbalanced. I feel like you should have the low evolved starter for a little bit longer, especially considering how it's the one you're choosing, it's the one that usually gets advertised, especially nowadays. Gen 8 and all that stuff. It happens with every Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7. It's just, the starters are what you get advertised with, and it's the one that you pick, so it's you would think that you would stick with it for a little bit longer before it evolves. But that's just me, I guess. It's kind of been Pokemon tradition for a while, and they don't really like getting rid of their traditions. Anyways, here we have a Spearow, the counterpart to Pidgey. We haven't seen one yet in this game, but trust me, they're well known. I sent out Farron because I wasn't sure if this would have a flying type move or not. Turns out it did. So I decided, okay, well, Farron, I'm going to take you back out because you are going to die otherwise. So, out goes the Totodile. Yay. But now at least, Farron will at least get a level from that, probably. I think it does. I say it probably gets one in my notes, so that shows how much I pay attention. I do have to ask how you guys have been feeling about this post-commentated stuff so far, because it's weirdly interesting to do. It's so far different from my normal commentary style. I don't know if I necessarily would want to take notes, necessarily, if I really did this in the future. Also, that was a cutaway for me healing up. But it would be interesting to, like, just do, like, a general Let's Play maybe one time. Something short, probably. But I actually just do it post-commentary instead of live commentary. Just to see how it goes. I don't know. If it works out, then it works out. Anyway, Sandshrew! It's still as cute as ever, and now it's even cuter because it's in color. It's Junior. I decided to get this Sandshrew because I'm like, a ground type will be useful, and I like Sandshrew. So I don't care. I'm gonna get it. I'm not expecting to have any of these Pokemon in my permanent roster by the end of the game. Although, at this point, I don't really know what even qualifies as permanent. From what I remember of the team that I ended up with by episode 16, I think I only have 2. Really. So, it's going to be interesting to see what I actually end up going with, especially since my feelings on Pokemon have been different in the past year. So I don't know what I'm gonna end up with. Who knows? Either way, I can start telling this story, because it's relevant. I didn't remember this back when I was doing my Pokemon Blue Let's Play in 2017. So I ended up just naming that Sandshrew Chert, because as we all know, Chert was Chert, and Chert was awesome. But back when I was doing Pokemon Moon, or like speculating on what kind of team I would have for Pokemon Moon in Gen 7, I was talking with Torkirby, and I was like, I'm probably gonna, I'm interested in the new Alolan form for Sandshrew. And so I probably am gonna get one, but then I was talking on the phone, so, it ended up auto-correcting to Alolan Sandwich. So I was like, well, and then we were both like, if I do get a Sandshrew, I'm going to name them Sandwich now. But I didn't end up getting one in Pokemon Moon, and when I got a Sandshrew in Gen 1, I just forgot all about that story and named it Chert. But here I remembered the story, and so here we have Sandwich, fulfilling my promise. Anyways, I had a bunch of battles earlier, so I start cutting them out now, so that's useful. Very useful, in fact. Hiker Daniel has been defeated. He's been defeated big time, because he's a big boy. I like this music a lot. You're headed to Azalea, aren't you? Let me see if your Pokemon are good enough to battle. What if they weren't? What then? Would you just murder me? What is your ulterior motive here, Hiker Russell? And your Geodude? I don't know why I'm showing... Okay, I was just cutting it out a little bit later. Probably was saying something. Actually, I think, if I recall correctly, this is when yes. No, it's not actually. No, never mind, sorry. Looking ahead in my notes, sorry. It's all from a cave, so it's a bit... it's all a bit samey. I gotta wait for an Onix to show up before it's technically accurate, but whatever. The point is, this is when I actually did start to notice my Audacity problems in the original commentary, finally. So, this is when I start actually keeping an eye out on it, so I do notice it a little bit more easily, and I stop talking. But it's also when the commentary itself starts getting even a little bit worse, because, you know, I'm actively acknowledging it and talking about it even more. I don't feel bad about talking about it here and now. It's a Slowpoke. If a Slowpoke tail is worth $1 million, how much is the whole Slowpoke worth? Trick question. The answer is not at all, because you cannot put a price on a living creature. That's called slavery. Sort of. Actually, slaves don't get paid, so... Well, I mean, you would buy slaves, I guess. Does that mean the Pokemon from the Game Corner are slaves? Food for thought. Actually, I think that's what the Slowpoke tails are intended to be for. They're supposed to be, like, food. You eat them. I don't know why. I mean, I guess, like, if you don't have any regular animals, you're gonna have to eat Pokemon for meat. Maybe Slowpoke is just their equivalent of cow? Maybe that's what they make all their hamburgers from. I don't know. Either way, I was talking about audio. I don't feel bad about bringing it up now because it's, number one, it's more relevant. Number two, I can not get completely distracted while trying to understand things, because all the gameplay's already been done. Again, that is such a nice thing about doing post-commentary, and here's that Onyx I mentioned. It's just such a nice thing about doing post-commentary, because you really can notice it all the time, no matter what the Let's Play is. It happened in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, it happened in everything, basically. If I'm trying to explain something, and think about something, like, legitimately, and I'm also trying to play a game at the same time, my mind just doesn't mesh with that half the time. And so I just have these awkward pauses, and like, if I'm trying to concentrate, if I'm trying to think of something to do while in the gameplay, I die. I die mentally, I pause, It's tough, it is genuinely tough to, like, multitask mentally like that. Like, multitasking usually has to do, on some level, with, like, being able to shut your brain off during one activity. So, not being able to do that, to try and, like, genuinely think in two completely different methods, like, method 1 is playing the game and not being genuine garbage, and number 2 is actually thinking aloud and actually providing coherent commentary and thoughts. It's tough. It is tough. You ever wonder why people like the Game Grumps have iffy commentary? Iffy gameplay? It's because they focus all their energy on the commentary, and they have a good time doing it, so props to them. That's why they mess up a lot. Games and miss stuff. It's happened to me. But there have been times when I try and genuinely focus on commentary, and my gameplay just tanks! So yeah, it is a genuine interesting experience. Anyways, we made it out of the cave, so that's cool. I'm a bit tired, but that's not really necessarily commentary. Well, I'm just tired today. Admittedly, a part of me is kind of making myself do this, but in a sense of, like, I just want these Pokemon episodes done, and so I can move on and actually play, because it is more interesting to, you know, play the game than just sit here and record audio for it that I've already done. Especially when I don't really remember the gameplay too well. Like, I have to sit and rewatch it, so, like, I rewatched the episode entirely just so that I can understand what's going on. And it's tiring, mentally, to just go through it again. So, I don't think I'm definitely looking forward to when I can just stop doing the post-commentary as well and just edit the original commentary for you guys. And especially because it'll feel a little more genuine, because, you know, live reactions and all that, and I won't have to feel like, oh, I'm repeating a joke that I said before. And so it is a bit. There is definitely some downsides to this that I can see, and so I can see people being like a little less into it. But I do think it's for the best. The original commentary was not good. It was very tough to listen to, even tougher to edit. So take my word for it. Trust me, I would not lie to you. I would not be putting through this effort if it wasn't obnoxious. But either way, we made it to Azalea Town, so we're finally in civilization again. It's unsafe to go in there, so I'm standing guard. Aren't I a good Samaritan? So we can explore this civilization in the next episode, because I'm about to end it. We're gonna look for a new gym, and gonna fight that gym, and be happy, and on our way for progression, and that'll be great. So, see you guys in the next episode for more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, post-commentated by me, Ultizeta. See you guys then!